You're listening to She's the Business podcast. Oh my God, isn't it just so frustrating when your marketing isn't working? When you feel like you've ticked the box on all the things that you should be doing. You've got your brand, your website, your photos are done, social accounts are set up, you've done some SEO, and it's still not attracting clients. So what is it that you're doing wrong or missing that other people are doing? Maybe you've even trying new things on what the experts are saying that you're seeing on Instagram or what you're hearing the experts talk about on those mailing lists that you've signed up to. And you just can't figure it out. You're feeling scattered, disconnected, something's not landing, but what exactly? What is it that's not working? Well, today's episode, I'm going to tell you exactly what. So please stay tuned. Hi, I'm your host, Jessica Osborne, and in my 23 years of business and marketing, I've built many brands to become multi-billion-dollar companies. And just in the last 10 years, I've built 2 online businesses of my own from my dining room table with 2 little babies running around at my feet. I've made it my mission to inspire you to get out of your own way and become the successful business owner who's living the lifestyle you really desire without all the hustle. This is She's the Business podcast, made by women for women. This is your weekly dose of motivation and inspiration. What to do when your marketing isn't working? Look, I have been having some chats with people over the last couple of weeks because I guess as a marketing coach, I tend to attract people who are having problems with their marketing. And one of the biggest conversations that we have is when they come to me and they say, look, my marketing really isn't working, but I don't know what to do. And everyone I talk to is telling me different things. I'm being bombarded by all of these suggestions and it's just too much. I'm overwhelmed. I've got no idea what I really should be doing. And this is happening to everybody. The thing is, there's never any end to what you can do to market. There's so many different marketing activities out there. It's almost endless. Your opportunity is endless. It's amazing and lots of fun, but you don't need to be doing it all. And I really, really recommend that you're not doing it all, because unless you are a huge company with loads and loads of resources, a massive team. Now, I've worked in corporate organizations where there was a specific team just for email marketing, a specific team just looking after advertising. If you are a small business like mine and it's really you and maybe a few VAs or support staff, you should not be doing loads and loads of different activities. You need to be really tailoring into what are the right activities. And of course, this is the crux of the problem, isn't it? My marketing isn't working. So what should I actually be doing? First things first, if your marketing isn't working, it's not your tactic. It's not what you're doing that's wrong. More than likely, it's what's not there below the surface. And this comes down to your strategy. So what you should do is not stop and look at something new, like I need to learn a new skill or I need to go out there and, start doing a new activity that I'm not already doing. Please don't do that, because when you do try a new activity to see whether that one's going to work, but you're using the same strategy and you're coming to it with the same messaging, the same kind of strategy that you're using right now, you're really going to get the same results, because it's not really the tactic that is the problem. It's not how good you are at doing your emails or whether whether your Facebook ads have been done right, all of those things. It's actually your messaging. I've seen some businesses with what would look like not super professional marketing, but their messaging is excellent and they're talking to the right people with the right message. And that's all that counts. That is what makes your marketing work. That's what gets the sale. So I like to think of it a bit like, say if you're like me, I'm not a fishing expert. So if I decided one day I wanted to catch some fish and I go down to the beach and I see a guy there fishing, I could think, okay, well, I see he's just got a fishing rod and he's fishing off the beach. Then that's all I've got to do to catch some fish. But what I don't see is all of his knowledge and the strategy that has gone into it. He knows or she, if it's a lady, but she knows when is the right time to go fishing, what time of day, what sort of tides, maybe the moon comes into it, what the fish like to eat. So obviously your bait's going to come into it. There would be even your technique, because some fish like to be on the ocean floor, whereas other fish will like to follow something and grab it. So when you're not understanding the strategy behind what you're doing and you're simply just following something someone else is doing or what you're seeing out there, then it's not surprising that it's not working. So what you really need to do is slow down to speed up. So take a step back. It's okay. If it's not working, it's not about, you need to post more often or anything like that. Maybe you're even posting so much that your audience don't understand, they're just hearing from you so often that they're it's becoming like wallpaper. It's like, you're always there. I'm always seeing it. I'm now not seeing it because I'm seeing so much of it. So generally my advice to you, if that's happening, is maybe scale back. Take some of that time that you're currently spending on the doing and actually spend it on the thinking instead. Really get to know your ideal customer and get specific. So it's not good enough that you know who they are and that you think that you're reaching out to them where they are, but actually get super specific so that you're using words that mean something to them. Most people are using very general terms. They say, I work with small businesses. Well, what does that mean? What kind of small business? You might say that you do strategies for marketing. Well, marketing is broad. What does that really mean? You might say you write copy. Great, but that's just writing words. Tell us what it is that you do best and tell us why we need to sit up and pay attention. And when you can get super specific with your messaging, with the words that you're using, and really tune into your ideal customer, that's when they start to say things like, wow, it's like you're inside my head. You totally understand what I'm thinking right now. Or I really needed to hear this today. Thank you so much. Because you're meeting them in a really specific place that they are and delivering some content, some messaging that is pertinent to them. The only way you can do that is by getting specific. And trust me, pretty much everybody could get more specific. And if you're asking, well, do I need to get more specific? Then more than likely you probably do. You know when you can't get more specific. You know when there is no ambiguity, when you've gone as deep as you can go. You really, really know. So if you're questioning whether you've gone specific enough right now, then chances are that you haven't. So do that work. It really doesn't take a lot of time, but wow, what a lot of value you can add to your business when you are clear, very clear on who you're speaking to, and when you can talk to them on their level. It just makes so much more impact when you're able to talk to somebody on their level. And the only way that you can really do that is by doing that work to deep dive in and get to know what your ideal customer, what are they thinking right now? What do they believe? Like maybe they think some things that are not right about what you do. So talking to them about maybe your solution is not even meeting them where they are, because they might already have a belief around it that's preventing them from listening to you in the first place. So when you can do a bit of work to get deep on, really who that customer is and what they're thinking right now, what do you want them to be thinking instead? And you can start to talk to them and help them to take that progression towards the place where they're ready to buy from you. That's when your marketing starts working. It doesn't happen. It's not about your tactics. Please stop looking for the magic pill in the tactics. It's not about how many times a day you post. It's not about working the algorithm. It's not about all of those things. The tactics are great, but they work when you know what you're saying and you know who you're saying it to. So that's my advice for you today. Hope you have a lovely day wherever you are. Bye. Do you know what the number one challenge reported by the women joining my Facebook community, My Tribe, said that they were struggling with their marketing in 2021? And in fact, even in 2020 as well. And that was exactly how they should reach their ideal client. How do they even get in front of them in order to build their audience in the first place? That was it. And it wasn't a pick and mix. I didn't give them that answer. It was a free text question. So they could write in there anything they wanted at all. And the number of times that I saw somebody say, how to create awareness, how to get in front of my ideal client and build my audience. So many people just challenged by it. And why is that when there's such an abundance of ways that we can get in front of the ideal client? And I think it's probably that is exactly it. It's so overwhelming, isn't it? What should you do? What should you choose? What are the best ways? Whatever it is that you're doing right now might not be working. And I think it's a great time to sit back, reflect, and figure out what's the right way for you to do it. What are the ways that you're going to reach your prospective clients in 2022? So if that sounds like you, if that might have been what you wrote down in the questions on what is your biggest challenge with your marketing currently, then you're going to absolutely love the new freebie that I've just put together for you. It's called 12 Brilliant Ways to Reach Your Ideal Client. And in it, I share with you the 12, in my view, 12 top ways that you could use in your marketing plan this year to reach a bigger, broader audience in order to attract those ideal clients in to your inner circle, into your, really well-defined audience and become real leads for you. So if you'd like to get your hands on this brand new freebie, then all you need to do is go to jessicaosborne.com/12 ways. So it's 12 ways. Very easy. You can download it there, and this is a little bit of great resource for your planning, for the planning of the new year. See what you're going to change up. What is it that you maybe haven't been doing that you could be doing? And what are those things that you've been doing and they're not very effective? And maybe you're going to drop them out of your plan this year. So please head over, grab the freebie. If you want the link, that it's in the show notes, and let's get you moving on up, having more success with your marketing in 2022.